always been bad.
All right, love you guys. Here's Brian.
Bye.
Love you,
Joey.
buddy.
You're going live right now. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
What's up,
Hola,
man?
¿cómo estás?
Joey is turning on the fog because, you know, he does things like that.
Oh, someone's
Setting the
smoking.
mood.
He's setting the mood, right, the zone, you know. And also he knows I have allergies, so he wants me to just... All right, guys, next scene. That's where we're going to end up. That's what's going to happen.
Brian's gonna get progressively more and more nasally.
Oh, yeah. And I let's be honest, guys. I'm nasally enough as it is. So we'll see what happens here. Cool. See, there, that's enough fog. Enough fog. Okay. So I heard Joey talk about homework and doing that. So who all did not do the homework? Let me see some hands. I'm going to do some call outs. Who did not do it?
I got mine right here.
Ooh, Tyler Weeks. Calling you out, Tyler
I was
Weeks.
not in class last week. I am sorry.
All right. Okay. Cool. So here's what we did last week, Tyler. Our homework was to come up with initiations. So an initiation essentially is just to set up the scene. The very first thing that sets up our partner frames them as to the who, what, where. Sort of, we want to, as quickly as possible, get to that place because, as we've talked about a bunch, in improv, in script, in anything, what we care about is the relationships that are happening between the characters. And the sooner we can get an audience in on that, the sooner we can get our partner in on that, the easier it's going to be to progress forward in a scene. So once I know who you are and what's happening, boom, right off the bat, then all I have to do is own into that, become that, and then slowly we'll begin to make discoveries together and build on that initial idea. But what happens a lot, and we saw this last week, is we'll start off a scene and we'll come in and Brian's just Brian, Bradley's just Bradley, and we try and make decisions and we get stuck in the brain. We get stuck up here trying to come up with ideas or the right things to say instead of just coming right into a character and a relationship and building on that foundation and then you know where to go. Like, otherwise we spend the first 2 minutes of the scene trying to figure out what direction we're going to take this thing, right? So tonight in our scenes, I want us to get right into initiations. I will stop you if our initiation's not strong enough. We'll talk about it. We'll work through that. Initiations can be the words themselves, which is what you guys started practicing and going through this week. What I don't want you to do is like take one of your initiations, you got your paper and you're like, Grandpa, you look really great. You know, like the whole point of these, just getting you in the right mindset, getting you to understand how to do them and the importance of them. Okay. So before we jump into that and get right into our scenes, anybody want to just quickly throw out, what was that like this week? Did it help? Where did it put your mindset? Yeah, Truman.
Well, for me, I was like, if I ever texted someone, I would always start it with one of the initiations. So like I would see what would happen if like I asked them this, or like if I said this.
You actually texted people?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
I'd be bored. I'm like, okay, I need to have a conversation with someone. I might as well do this, and I would do it, and I'd see how they would react.
That's hilarious. I love that. Oh my gosh. Dakota, what about you?
For me, I really just thought about the who we are, where we were, and what we were doing.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, just think of some like, hey, person, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I couldn't think of anything. So I ended up thinking of relationships. Like, okay, now who could I play in that and who could the other person play? And then swap it and then just like put it into words.
Awesome. And that way you don't get stuck in the blah, blah, blahs, right?
The blah, blah, blah.
We don't want to be in the blah, blah, blahs. Nobody.
Yeah,
right?
see?
Okay, cool. Any others really quick? Yeah, Mom.
I found it kind of hard to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just did. I ended up with 10 or whatever, but it took a lot longer in my mind to try to figure out what they were. So we would have never had an improv show. But it just I don't know why it was hard. I think because maybe I was overthinking whatever I could have been, and then I had a lot of where I put questions, and then Joey was like, "Can't ask a question." Like, oh well, got to go back and erase hit 8 of these.
Sure. And well, I'll talk about that really quick in a couple of spots, okay? So first things first, of course it's hard because you haven't done it before, right? And so you said it perfectly there. You said if I was in a show, I'd be in trouble because it took me so long to find these, okay? That's the point. So I want you to start doing that at home. Like, here's what happens a lot, guys. I'll just be very honest. I'll throw out an assignment like this, and colleges will and places will, and you'll do it. You'll get your grade, or you'll do it for class, and then you forget about it totally, and it ends up in the trash can, right? I would hope to inspire you guys to start writing down these exercises and making them a continual thing you do. So this happens to be one of those things. I mean, you could just write down a few a day and create a little acting journal specifically for improv, and you're just going to get better. There was I was talking with who was I talking to today? I was talking with Scotty. Scotty's been helping me with my health stuff. He's a trainer, and he's awesome. He's really good. He's works with nutrition specifically, and he was telling me about this athlete who was a Navy SEAL. And the dude, like, you'd assume in that place you would like work like crazy, as far as like always your training is like intense workouts, like I'm going nuts, right? I'm lifting thousands of pounds, whatever. Like, and he goes, no, I talked to my friend about what he does, and he just does 7 push-ups a day. Like this Navy SEAL, or 7 pull-ups a day, 7 pull-ups every single day. But he's been doing that every single day for the last like 3 years. Well, when you add it up, that actually ended up being more pull-ups than somebody else who happened to do a bunch on one single day, right? So there's this idea of like you take some of these exercises and you continue them. So Mom, of course it's going to be a struggle when you start out. The more and more you do this, it'll become easier at home, but more importantly, it'll become easier on stage. It'll become easier when you're in an audition room. It'll become easier when you're on set. Like whatever you're doing, this thing will be easier because it's like muscle memory to you, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. Nick, I saw a question from you.
I was just going to say, since I was having a hard time in the beginning, but after I got about 2 or 3 down, they just started to come a little bit faster and a little bit faster, and then I think doing this before a show for me would really help too. So
it totally would. And you know what, Nick, you're right. We should totally do this as a warm-up exercise. That's brilliant. Totally. You know what? Writing that down. I'm serious. That's great. Dakota.
Another thing too is I thought about the format. I have some that are specifically for video calling, and then some that I was like, oh, this would be good on a stage, or if we were on this format.
Good.
So I was like, oh, that opened the door for a couple other things that I wanted to try out.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know right now you've decided to go into more creativity and make that a priority, which I think is awesome. If anyone didn't see his Mornings with Matt episode, go back and check it out. Like, first off, his accent's hilarious. They go into an improv scene together. It's so funny. But like, really, you made a decision to do that, and that's awesome. Cool. I got to jump back really quick because I almost forgot. My mom mentioned something. Joey mentioned something about questions, right? Questions in improv. There are a lot of rules in improv. We used to literally go back in time here, okay? Beginning of the studio, we would hand out what we called the 10 commandments of improv. For real. So we had these lists of things that you would do, like do or don't do. These are things you would not want to do or do in a scene. And what started to happen was a lot of the people made it law. It became law that these things were what you have to do. Well, Joey is absolutely right. When it comes to, in general, questions are oftentimes going to end up being something that just puts your partner on the spot and makes it so that they have to then come up with an idea, especially in an initiation. However, in general, questions are okay as long as they are character-driven and leading, in a sense that they do give a gift. So, for example, like if I'm thinking about you and me, Mom, right? And let's reverse it. You're my daughter and I'm your dad, okay? And I go like, I look at you and I'm like, where were you last night, honey? Or whatever. Now, in that setting, I've sort of set it up for you to be in trouble, be my daughter, right? Whatever. Right. Okay. So I can do something like that. That's okay. But also know those questions can easily be reframed to go, you didn't show up last night, or you came in past midnight last night.
Okay.
You know, so it can easily become that. But go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just so everybody else knows, Joey did say that as well.
That's right. Oh, he totally did. And that's
He knows what you just said. I just wanted to clarify that. He just was telling me that it's best not to, especially for me in the beginning, because you leave your partner, just like you said, with they're kind of stuck when you do that.
Of course. And Joey was helping you through that, and he knows that too, for sure. So I just wanted to point it out for everybody in your scene specifically. It is okay if it's a leading one, but like I said, especially in initiations, you can easily flip it. Okay? And that's what we're going to be focusing on tonight. So that's why I want to say that. Any other things on initiations before we start diving into scenes together?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, great. So I'm going to send you guys over to the live here, and here's what I want to do. We're going to first play a video. If you're in script class, you saw this. I want you to think about it for improv. We're going to play a video on angles, okay? Those are something that you can apply to today. Matt has a few more just different angles that he could throw at you can use for improv. You can apply some of it today if it feels right. Otherwise, practice them this week and see how you can apply. We're going to just dive right into initiations after that. I'll be pulling you in 2 at a time, and we'll just rock some scenes. No, we are going to go stop and go. Like, if the initiation's not strong, I'm going to stop it. I want you guys learning from each other, growing from watching the other scenes, and be expecting it. I may fully just go, hey, Hannah, what'd you take out of that last scene? And be like, I was actually eating popcorn for the last 6 scenes in the other. Like, I'm going to call you on that. Okay? All right. Cool. Going to send you guys over here. Everybody's going to go over to the live, and so you guys can pop that up, get that going, and we'll start pulling you in 2 at a time after that. Here we go. Hello, Joey. We're sending everybody over for the video, my friend.
Okie doke.
Hi, Joey.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
This awkward, like.
You know, I cannot believe it, but they don't have a bulk button. Like, tell me why you don't have a bulk button for that. Like, really?
It was just like, how's that local sports team?
Exactly. It's like, come on, guys, add the button. I know that it would not be hard to add a button.
Right?
All right, so we have already talked about a couple angles. We talked about the close-up here. We talked about the wide angle, right? We talked about the downward angle, which is going to give you that hero shot or that superior shot. We talked about the upward angle, which makes you feel a little bit like kind or shy. Okay, now we're going to add a couple of new angles. One of the ones I want to talk about is the extreme close-up. That's right up in here, okay? Extreme close-up can be used for a couple things. Number one, you can be the scary one. Hey, how you doing? Am I a little scary? Because I feel scary. Okay, or you could be the one who is scared. Somebody's talking out there. I think Shay might be getting somebody new into Valleywood. So you see, what I did here was when it's close, extreme close-up right on me, in my eyes, that makes me look scarier. When I give a little bit of space like this, now it's like you can see some things that I can't see, which makes me look and feel scared. So the scary, and they're scared, okay? So that's one of the angles I wanted to show you. The other angle was an above, like up top angle like this, all right? And then the other one is gonna be just an on the counter, just where you just toss it down like that. All right. Now, a couple of you have mentioned that doing angles, creating angles while you're talking can be difficult. Like that can be something where you feel as if it's not natural. That is true, but this is a part of your work. So whether you realize it or not, we do this kind of thing all the time. Like when I'm talking to you right now, I'm just naturally holding the phone in a certain spot, right? Now here's the deal. The on the counter shot, this would be a very natural shot if I was gonna be, say, talking to my wife or my kids or somebody that like a best friend that I feel really intimate with. I might call Joey and be like, yo, Joey, let's talk about the edit, bro. You there? Cool. All right, so talk to me about it. Yeah. No, that's good. And then maybe I come over the top and be like, yes, dude, perfect. That's great. That looks really good. Yeah. All right, good. Go back. Tell me again. Now, what's cool about that, what's interesting is when I would never put the phone down like that casually unless I was talking to somebody who was like that I was really close to, you know, that I felt an intimate relationship with. I wouldn't be casual like that unless it was that type of person, right? The over-the-top shot can be the same type of thing where I can either put it over the top as if maybe I didn't think you were still on the phone, possibly. So I'm like, I'm working on this like wall here. I'm like, oh. What's that? Yeah. Oh, hey, I didn't know you were there. That type of thing. Or I could put it down like I'm working on the wall. This is my listen wall here. I love my listen wall. So I'm working on the wall, and then we could be talking same type of casual thing where I'm like hammering away at the eye here and listen, and then thinking, I'll be right there. Hey, babe, I gotta go. Joey needs me, so love you, baby. You see, so there's an intimacy to the casualness. So your job as an actor is to find your way, almost like blocking, find your way into setting the camera where you're gonna want it, but you gotta pre-think this stuff. And then sometimes naturally, you have to use the camera angle to go with your feeling. So sometimes I might put it down here, I might put it up here. Depending on what I wanna do, I'll adjust my camera angle with my feeling the same way I would adjust my blocking. All right, you guys have fun with your camera angles today, okay? Have a great time. Love you. Peace.
All right, everybody. So let's apply some of those if it feels right to. If it feels right, apply some of those to your scenes tonight. Otherwise, be working on that this week so that we can apply them next week into our scenes for sure. All right, so I'm going to start bringing in our first grouping. Our first group here is going to be Dakota and Connor. Dakota and Connor, you guys are going to be our first scene. One second, guys. I think I just hit the want button. Don't know how. Hey, okay, all right. Let me test sound really quick. 1 second. All right, Connor. Hello.
Hello. Testing 1 2 3.
Testing 1 2 3. All right.
1 2 3.
And Dakota. Hello. Let me unmute you here. Hello, Dakota. Dakota, you are there? Yes.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello. Okay, so I want us to get right into it. I want to get us right into the scene, okay? So let's start to become, and you guys are our first example, so I'll talk through how we can do that, okay? We got our angles, we know character, so either one of us can sort of just start by moving, start by doing some space work, like anything, and then off of that, right away, I want that initiating statement to let us know where we're at emotionally or where we're at as a character relationship, okay? Great. So I'll give you a little mini round of applause here, and then that'll be the start to your scene, okay?
Who is she?
Babe, come on.
No, don't babe me.
She's just a friend from high school.
From high school? Right.
Yeah, she called me and she said, hey, I'm just in town for the night. we should just go hang out. And I said, yeah, we just hung out.
You took her to the place that you took me on our anniversary?
Babe, you know Cafe du Le Monde is just having a special right now?
Oh, so you're just cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Great. So we started off, we hit off the initiation, and the initiation was very strong as to relationship, right? So, Connor, you made it very clear how you felt about him and what the relationship was. That was good. So there's two parts I want to talk about outside of initiation. We started moving, which I really liked, okay? So here's the thing I want to remind us of. Same as script, okay? You don't have to get stuck continuing to look into the phone.
Okay.
So especially like if he upsets you or something goes on, I love the idea of you moving around the room. You can set down the phone somewhere, like, and then go to do whatever you're doing. Like, we feel, and this isn't just a virtual thing, by the way. I see this on stage all the time. We feel like we need to stare at the person the whole time for some reason. So know that you can set it down. You can do whatever, okay? Going back to initiation, did we both feel a little stuck at first?
Like before the initiation?
Before we spoke, yeah.
I didn't feel stuck. Connor just started moving. I did have an idea, but Connor just started moving first. So I'm like, okay, I'll let you do this. And I saw that her angle was like this. So I was like, all right, then I'll do this. Like have kind of the upper angle.
Sure. Okay, cool. So so you started to find the angle first and then built it off of that then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's awesome. That's all I was checking. And with everybody, it's different. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm having trouble finding an idea. You guys are just finding your angle, which is awesome. So for everybody who's coming up next, that's totally fine. So if you need to take a second and you find a character to get yourself into an angle or move in that way, cool. Then just come in with that strong initiation just like Connor did there. And that's totally fine. Okay. If I think that we're not, then I'll call that. But you guys weren't, so that's awesome. So now I want to dive into emotionally, Connor. You were upset, right? So get more into that. Get more into that anger, that feeling. So start off again really quick. We'll just take a moment before we move to the next scene and keep going. I want you to get into that space. Like, you are not happy about this, okay? And I loved your character, Dakota, so just keep building off of it and feed off that anger. How does that guy handle that anger?
Who is she?
She's just a friend from high school.
A friend from high school? Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah. She said she was in town and she just wanted to hang out.
Hang out? So you took her to the place that you took us on our anniversary dinner? Who do you think you are?
Babe, whoa, I think you're overreacting.
Go back, Connor. Go, who do you think you are? Set the phone down and go do something. You're upset.
Who do you think you are?
Okay, I think you're overreacting.
I'll show you overreacting.
Yes. Okay. So you see? It's a subtle thing, but you putting the phone down gave Dakota a reason to then go, it gave him the reason to give his response. To give his response about the fact that she's overreacting. If you're staring at him and going through that doesn't happen. And then that gave you a reason to then get in and actually overreact, because you as an actress know, okay, I want to overreact here. The more I overreact, the better. Because in this situation now, she is that way. She just doesn't know she is, right?
Yeah.
Good. So I want you to keep finding those moments. Keep being inspired. Like, we are not stuck to our camera. We are not stuck to staring in that. So if you in real life, if you were in this moment and you're on this call and you wouldn't stare, don't. Just be okay with it. Like, literally, Connor, for real, if you spent the next 5 lines with that phone just staring up, it forces Dakota to have to pull you back in. Now, actually, I liked your choice better, but just so we can understand that as an audience, like, that is the case. If you do that, now we can do anything from that place. And again, going back to the whole questions thing I answered for my mom in the beginning, there are no rules. So literally, it could be 5 lines, 10 lines, 2 lines. It's whatever feels right. Okay? Good. Great initiation. I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. Awesome. You know, you guys are first seen, so I want to do one quick thing really quick. No, I'm not going to do it. Okay, great. I'm going to just write down who didn't initiate. Okay. All right. Okay, great, guys. Thank you. Woo! Gonna move on to the next scene. Good work.
Good job, Dakota.
Okay, our next 2 here are going to be Paul and Joey. Paul and Joey. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. The infamous Joey Sweeney, editor extraordinaire, and so many just other wonderful things, is going to be doing a scene tonight, and we're psyched about it. Let's see here. We got Paul.
Yo.
How you doing, Paul?
Hello.
Good?
Yes.
Yo, Joe. You walking back?
Yo. Yeah, I'm about to walk into our humble home.
Humble abode? Okay, good. Use it. Start the scene from where you're at right now.
All right. I can't deal with this.
Wait, what?
I can't deal with it anymore. The stress is killing me.
Look, you know, it's just for just a short time. You just gotta hold on, okay?
Bro, how long do you want me to harbor your lies?
Look, you know, I didn't actually lie if we look at this technically. I did this to protect you, and now you're coming back at me.
What? Please explain to me how you are protecting me.
Look, I have to tell them that so they think you're not part of it. So when I throw in what I want to throw in, it comes out, you know, like you're not in the picture, right? Ain't that what you wanted?
Well, I don't want to be the problem.
Exactly. So that's what I did. You're supposed to be thanking me, not telling me I can't deal with your lies.
I'm not going to thank you for...
You know what? Let's do this. Let's actually do this. You treat it on your own. Like, take laws into your hands. Do what you got to do. And I'll just watch. How about that?
That's ridiculous. I hired you for a reason. I just need your assistance, and I need you to do it in a way that keeps me safe.
Okay. So now you remember you hired me.
Yeah.
Good. So now we'll take it up from there. And I will fight your battles, and you will hold your peace. Clear?
As long as my peace is not extortion, yes.
You know what? I'm done.
You're done?
Yes. This is my house. I need to get in.
All right, then I'm done giving you a paycheck.
Wait. What? No, let's not.
The tables have turned, haven't they?
Okay, good. And scene. Awesome. Guys, how'd that feel, Joey?
It was interesting. It was cool.
So what made it unique for you? What made it different?
Honestly, Paul gave me some stuff to work with where, like, I don't know that I've ever seen that in a scene. You know? Like, the specific choices he made are just, I haven't heard, like, it framed that way, like, even the mocking and, like, the back and forth where it was, like, kind of questioning, but, like, a little bit of, like a power shift back and forth, you know?
Yeah. Paul, what about you?
Well, at first, let me be honest. I was so confused. I was like, don't bring anything strange to the table. And then there he goes. I'm like, no way. So what I do is I listen. And while I'm listening, I also look at his movements. And while I'm doing that, I also look at his facial expression. So that was what tipped me off when I knew, okay, I am working for him. You know, as maybe his I don't know, let's say his ears, let's say he has a cabal, like, you know, I'm supposed to go as his maybe PA, and then we're evil, I'm supposed to hear, and then I also, anywhere where I can cover up his stuff, I can. I was tipped off only by his facial expression because I was legit confused.
Dude, that's amazing. And that's an incredible lesson for everybody watching for both those things. A, we put the listen wall in our studio, and Matt gave you the tour and showed you, Paul, for a reason. It's the core principle of what we do. If you're really listening, you can connect and get through anything, really. Like, so honestly, Paul, honestly, Joey, I was confused. There were spots where I was like, I'm not quite sure what the relationship is here. We're kind of bouncing back on a couple things, but I didn't stop it. And here's why. Because the relationship connection-wise was there. And what you guys were doing was you were filling in the pieces together. You were sort of discovering together. And because you both were listening so well, because you were paying attention to the facial expressions, the movement, the physicality, the words, because we were paying attention to all of that, those little things didn't matter as much because you were reacting to the emotions. You were reacting to the fact that Joey got upset, and how did that make you feel? How are you going to react to that? And vice versa. So yes, we can continue to work on building this idea of finding the how we know each other, but sometimes it's discovering it together. And the thing we need at the beginning is the connection. We need to know who you guys are emotionally and how you feel about the other person. And that was very clear. Okay. So now when you go back to watch it, I want you to see, were there any moments where we sort of contradicted or went against one of the other things we said? And those are the things I think that got us a little lost, was we neither one of us fully stated it. So then when he said the work for you thing, then it became more like, okay, now I know. So yeah. Initiation, phenomenal. Get to that how we know each other specifically sooner. That's it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Yeah. All right. Good work, guys. Awesome. Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Paul.
Thank you, Joey. That was good.
You guys are good. All right. Our next scene here is going to be Miss Vicky Sweeney.
Initiation.
And
specifically sooner. That's it.
Okay. Elizabeth.
Work, guys. Awesome. Okay.
Oh my goodness, perfect timing.
Perfect timing, yeah? Why is it perfect? Tell me, please.
Oh, because I was getting up and my video is a little delayed, so it's like, I think I have time to go grab some cheese curds. And then, as soon as I stepped out, like, I heard Elizabeth, and I was like, oh.
You had literally the perfect timing then. That's amazing. Okay, so we're going to start off, same sort of deal. Just start with an initiation. Let's make a choice. Let's start with this first. Both of you look at each other really quick. Just come into camera kind of and connect for a second.
I can't.
You what?
I can't see her. I only see you.
You're on the phone?
Yeah.
Swipe it right.
Oh, that's right.
It's like dating, Mom. You just swipe right.
Very funny. Okay, I can see her now.
Okay, great. So now that you see the other person and find the connection, be inspired right now to use your phone in a physical way. Use it to create an angle for yourself, and one of you will both of you start becoming a character, and one of you will start with a very strong initiation that lets us know where we're at.
I still can't find it.
Oh my God, how many times do I have to? All right, you know what? It's fine.
You have me.
We'll figure it out. Do you have at least some sort of instruction manual that you can go off of to fix this? I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. It's nuts and bolts.
Fix it? What do you mean fix it? I've had it in there before we moved, and it's missing.
We do this every move. It should be in a teal box. I put it in a teal box for a reason. So if you could find the only teal box that should be in the house, there wouldn't be a problem in the first place. If I need to order you another one.
Junk is what I'm finding, but I'm not finding mine and what I need to survive.
Initiate.
But why do you need it in the first place?
Good. So, great. Okay. So we found some emotion here. We're both getting very physical. You're using your space, which I love. Okay. So now what's missing? What's missing in this scene right now?
We don't, she doesn't know what item I'm looking for.
Okay. What else?
Maybe I should move more, a different angle.
In the 3 core things we need, who, what, where, what's missing?
I don't think we have our who.
We don't. We're close. We're close. And, you know, it's the same thing we had with Paul and Joey's scene. There's a relationship there. It's very clear, but we still don't fully know the who. Okay? And so we can make assumptions. A line got dropped that could help us with that a lot. And that was that when we move. Okay? So now we know we're some sort of family unit of some sort or friends that move together. And so now we want to know who you are within that unit. Okay. And it could easily just get dropped by the word honey or anything along those lines, like just naming the other person, even something like that would help. Okay. And what's interesting is I actually don't care about her finding her thing. So Mom, in that way, that doesn't matter in that sense. What kind of person do you see her character as? What kind of person do you see Vicky, aka Brian and Joey's mom's character as?
Well, I kind of was figuring like I'm a very emotional person, and we had to move, and I didn't really want to move. That's what I was, thinking in my head. And then I was thinking like when she was naming things, I'm like, those are things you don't even think about. I'm not talking.
Yes.
I feel like it could be like a I moved away from home, like a college dorm situation where like you can't find things and I was the one to find things in the house.
Yeah. Good. So and if you take it outside, take it totally outside of things, okay?
Okay.
And let's go down into habits. Let's go down into personality traits in a sense.
Okay.
Let's pretend like it's not an item. What kind of personality do you see in her? What kind of personality do you see, Elizabeth?
She's very headstrong and jumpy. Like, no, like I know what I'm looking for. You're wrong. I feel like she's kind of hiding her emotions. She's looking for something, but I think she just wanted a reason to call. It's not the end goal for her. She's got an ulterior motive with what she's looking for.
Yes. And I saw that because here's the thing. That thing of finding, we don't really care about. And so that's the same for you, Mom. You should keep looking. But really what's happening here, I imagine that how many times, Elizabeth, do you think you've had this specific conversation type with her?
Thousands,
right? So that's the route that we want to get into.
Okay.
And the her searching and doing all that was a fantastic initiation to help us get there quickly. So then once we know that, once we see that, then we don't want to make it about the object anymore. At some point, your button's pushed and you'll deal with that actual thing that you guys are struggling through.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Mom?
No.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah.
So if we even take it back to this last part here, you got so frustrated. So I'll give you 2 seconds to go into that for a sec. And she just goes like, just start from I can't find it. Let's pretend like that's the third time she said that. And let's take it outside of it and into her personality. How can you frame us with how you see her personality? Okay, go with that. I can't find it, Mom. Let's go there.
I can't find it.
Mom, you always can't find it. It's the same call every other Thursday. You know I'm busy. You know this is my day for free time. Why can't you find it out of all days today?
You know how much I miss you.
Oh my God. Then just say that. Why do you... Mom.
It's not as easy as you think, being home here alone since you left me.
You see? Now we care. Now we care. Now everybody with a mom cares. Everybody, even beyond that, who's had somebody go somewhere and you miss them, cares. Everyone who's had to have a struggle where somebody keeps calling them about something over and over is now a part of your scene. And they're like, I've been there. And now you have them sucked in. So it's the simple move of realizing what is the core of this, and let's call it out. And by the way, when you did that, you totally framed us and went, she's my mom. So now she goes, yep, I'm mom now. Cool. Now let me dive into that emotion. That's the gift we give each other with initiations. Okay?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great work, guys. That was great.
Thank you. Great work. I love that.
Work, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Said that real creepy. All right, we're going to bring in Hannah. And we are going to bring in... Hello, Hannah. And Nick. Bringing in Hannah and Nick.
Oh my God. Thank God you answered.
One second.
Oh.
It's just you right now. Hold on. Okay, you are both in there. I love that. I love that initiation. We're just going to start right from there. That's so good. Okay.
Totally
and what's that?
I totally forgot what I did. Oh, wait, yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. And action.
Oh my God, thank God you answered.
What's wrong? What's going on?
I don't know what color lipstick to wear tonight.
Okay. Just calm down. We'll figure this out, babe. All right. So, do you have that? What was that grape one you had? The purple one? What about that?
Hold on. It's a really important night for us. Oh my God, there's three.
I'm looking too.
Was it this one?
I'll try it on real quick. See how it looks.
Oh my God, it's literally empty. I have this one.
Yeah, put it on. Put it on. Put it on.
That?
The shade is a little weird. You have another one right there?
All right, great. I'm going to start us over here. I love it. Oh my gosh. So now I got to break it down and help you know how to make it better. Huh?
Okay. My screen was like frozen where it was just my face.
Could you see him?
Okay. No, all I could see was 3 of my faces.
But we're good now?
Yeah, now I can see all of you.
Okay, awesome. So here's what happened. I love that initiation. Love it. Okay? Gets us right into the action of something. Nick, you were in a sort of state where you were sort of like attentive and ready to listen to help. And so you just stuck to that point of view, which I really liked. Because most of the time in this type of scene, the guy's just going to be annoyed that she just like isn't ready or whatever. Like that's the choice that happens a lot. So I love the idea of you sort of panicking with her on this deal, okay? Where we're going to get stuck is if it continues to become about finding the makeup, okay? So how we get away from that is as we get further in, and we were just about there probably like 1 or 2 lines ago, it has to become you both sort of panicking about the night itself, and you forget about the makeup for a second. That's where that sort of fight can come in, or both of you just sort of freaking out about it being ruined. Or you even mentioned like this night is so important kind of deal. And so she can keep searching for the makeup while you talk about why it's important to you. Yeah, Nick.
So I was just thinking that it would be funny if like she went through and put like 6 different types of makeup on, like all at the same time. That's where I was kind of going with that.
Okay, cool. So when you tell her to go look for these things, right? And you did, you helped her through a couple. Let her entrust that she'll keep doing it with the space work. And as she does, be attentively listening, as Paul talked about, and notice it. So notice that, you know, she's continuing to search, okay? And instead, you're also searching for something, okay? And what might you be searching for to get ready?
Like a tie clip or something, my favorite tie clip.
Perfect. So throughout the scene, you're both looking for it. Every once in a while, you'll bring it up. Every once in a while, Hannah will be like, I just can't find it, you know? And then she'll look, she might put it at the screen and go, is this one good? And you're like, no, that doesn't work. Like, it makes you look blah or whatever. She's like, totally. She keeps looking. Every once in a while, you're like, this, I can't find it. Maybe this tie's fine. And she's like, the red is a bad color for you, whatever. But the whole time you don't talk about that stuff. You talk about the night, you talk about whatever while you're searching for the stuff. Okay? So let's go back. Let's keep searching and see if that changes the scene for you a little bit. Okay? Let's start with that same initiation. Let's hit it.
Oh my God, thank God you answered.
Yeah, of course.
You're both getting ready.
I'm really nervous about tonight.
Can you believe we're going to be on that stage in front of all those people?
I haven't found the right lipstick shade.
What do you got on right now?
It's called Coffee.
Okay. Yeah, what do you think about this tie? Is this okay?
I hate it. That doesn't match it at all.
I hate it too. You think the boss is going to be there tonight? I don't know. Maybe I should.
I didn't even think about that.
Go, Hannah. Maybe we just shouldn't go.
Maybe we should forget about it.
We have to. I know. All right.
It's a lot of money. Got sold out tickets. I don't even know what dress to wear. Like
that purple, I don't know, that gold tie thing with the bullfrog on it. Do you have that over there? Is that over there? Did I leave it over there?
I burned it. That was disgusting. Why did you even buy that in the first place?
Okay, now it's about you. So see, that's an option. That's an opportunity to jump on it. To make it not about the object itself, not about the making up and getting ready. She now said something that you picked, Nick, for her, a present you got for her sucks. And a lot of us have been through this. You're fighting about something out the door while you're getting ready for something. And that thing you're fighting about often is not even about the thing, but it might be sparked from it. It might be sparked from the stress of doing it. So now it's like, you know, I always do this stuff for you. I'm always getting you things and you never like it. Well, because it sucks, you know, whatever. And like, you guys are dealing with this fight while you're getting ready and then every once in a while checking in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel? It feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, so it's all about just continuing to dive deeper into that idea. Because if you start there and then don't talk about the stuff and every once in a while it comes up, it'll work. You just can't get stuck continuing to talk on it. Okay? Good. Okay. Good work. All right. Cool.
Awesome.
Woo.
Awesome.
I like made myself panicky. It's like, whoa.
We'll do that. All right, next up's gonna be Bradley and Tyler.
Right from there, that's so.
Hello, Tyler.
Hello, hello.
One second. Just waiting on Bradley here.
Bradley, what's up, man?
What's going on, Tyler?
Hey, it's nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you, too.
Dope. Meeting each other in different states. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get started here. Let's jump right into initiation. Physicalize. Let's go.
If you want to stay alive, you have to trust me. But what's going on? What's the problem?
Good. Let's take it back for a second, okay? He caught you. He totally caught you off guard there, right, Bradley?
He did.
Okay. So you're like, wait a second. So when you hear that, okay, you hear, say it again, Tyler.
If you have to stay alive, you have to trust me.
If you have to stay alive.
If you want to stay alive.
Or if you want to stay alive, you have to trust me. What do you immediately imagine, Bradley?
Just some secret conspiracy, government type stuff, or FBI type stuff.
So instead of, and this is that sketch mind of yours, right? The writer.
Yeah.
You're trying to find the answer right away.
Right.
You're trying to figure out what is all. Instead, you imagine that right away. You imagine being in some sort of world like that. So immediately say yes to that. Suck yourself into the world he's just created with the energy he has. Say yes to the energy, be in that energy with him, and you both will figure out exactly what it looks like together. Okay? So just say yes to his energy, jump into the panic mode that he's in with him, get in that boat, and you guys will figure out what the conspiracy is or where we're heading. Okay?
Okay.
Let's start again from the initiation. Let's go.
If you want to stay alive, you have to trust me.
I'm counting on you, man.
Hey, hold on, I need to be quiet really quick. God damn, I thought he was gone. Okay, I gotta tell you something, and you have to promise not to tell anyone else, man.
Who else am I gonna tell? Go ahead. What's going on?
God, it's Thanos. He's back.
Well, we gotta do something about it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I came to you first.
What? Come to me first. I can't do anything about that. You think I'm gonna stop Thanos?
You're always one with the good ideas. Goddamn. I take your ideas and then I get the credit for it. This is how it works. What do you have for me?
Yeah. Well, my idea is you find somebody with better ideas, because that's not gonna work.
No, that's the best you got right now. He's not taking away the population. He's adding to the population.
Okay.
Way worse.
Okay, listen. Where are the Avengers?
I know. They made movies about us for a reason.
Okay, good. So let's take it back for a second. I got to point this out, okay? So he said, where are the Avengers? Were you thinking you were an Avenger because of your shirt, Tyler?
Yes.
Okay, so now he said, where are they? Which means you can't be one, okay?
I totally heard we are the Avengers.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured that's what you heard too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, my bad.
That's okay. So if that happens, let's get even more specific with our diction. It's a great example of that. One of the big things Larry Moss talks about in class is the importance of your voice and your diction, right? So that's one small thing we can pay attention to. However, if that happens, it happens, okay? If that happened to be a case where you did hear it and missed it or whatever, or you wanted to go a certain direction, you go, dude, I'm right in front of you. You know, and there's a funniness to the fact that like Captain America's hanging out with his friend who's like totally normal, and he's asking him for advice on saving the world or whatever. And you're just, Bradley's this guy who's like, I don't know, I'm not a superhero. Like, what do you want from me? Like, there was this hilarious video that Hawkeye did on like one of the Today shows or something, where Jeremy Renner was just like, he wrote a song about being the Avenger that's like kind of the lamest one, you know, because he has no powers and what that's like. And it's just very funny. But so there's this idea of that could be really really funny. So how did it feel getting in the same boat, Bradley?
It felt good. It was challenging though, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, tell me about that.
I think especially for that setup, it requires like a lot of imagination that I don't want to say I don't have, but I'm normally used to thinking stuff out, and because I don't have the time to do it, I find myself in a spot where I'm trying to add useful material and I just can't think of it quick enough.
Okay, good. So here's some challenges I want to throw your way as an actor. And I know you're not afraid to do this when you've thought it through, okay? I want you to hear initiations, hear things, make an assumption, and then just go into something totally way out there. For example, and take directions in this way too. So I'm going to go, right now, I'm going to do it to both of you because I know Tyler will get on board with you, all right?
Okay.
Set up your phone in a way you can kind of see a little bit of a wide for the room real quick. A little bit of a, where you can just see kind of what's going on a little bit.
Or do you want me to just set it down?
However you could see you on the ground.
On the ground?
Yeah, however you could see you on the ground.
My apartment is like 600 square feet.
I feel that, man.
Okay, so you could hold the phone sort of while you do it then. Okay, that's fine too. Okay, but you get on the ground, both of you.
Get on the ground.
Yep, do it. All right, you're both cats. Go. Go. Meow. Meow. Look at each other, react off each other's meows. Go pretend to lick the camera. Okay, Tyler, you're a dog. Bradley, you're a cat. Go. Good, you're both evil villains. Stand up. You're both evil villains. Go.
I just had this big evil plan come up.
Get on board, Bradley.
You cannot foil my plans, Sir Chocolat.
They said they were going to create a virus. I'm going to take away their toilet paper.
Evil laugh, both of you. Evil laugh.
It's going to be brilliant.
And stop. Okay. So it's a bit of a workout to just go like that, okay? There's all kinds of ways to do it. You grab a partner and do it with you. You take a bunch of directions and throw them in a fishbowl or a hat or whatever and just keep pulling them out. But I want you to get better, Bradley, at just trusting your gut that you don't have to think these situations out. And you will sometimes with sketches, but some of the best ideas happen by just doing. Like earlier, Shay was talking about making that TikTok and they were talking about like ideas and different things. And I was like, just do something, you know? First thing I said was, all right, what are some Shay-isms? Like, what are some things that make you you? And she goes, my blanket. I was like, great, cool. Do you start doing something with that? And then she started wrapping it around her and it became something like there. And then that led to Joey dancing and Joey just started dancing. Boom. Now you got a video. Like, so in the same way in improv, you hear something, just go. Just attack, attack, attack. I'm going to make that a theme for you in this and in your acting. And you're going to come up with some really great stuff that then you could go back, refine, rewrite, and turn into a really strong sketch with some specific writing that you've added to it. Okay? Cool. Good job, gentlemen. Love it. Thanks for being cats.
Love you, Brad. Great job, Brad.
Good job to you too, Tyler.
Hi, brother.
All right. All right, now we got Truman and Alicia. I know, Tyler. I'm having you hang there. You know, it's great. Thanks for being my guy.
It, man. It has been 2 weeks, so I miss my face being on camera.
Good to have you back. And bye. All right. Okay, Truman. Whoop, yep, you know. You got it. Let me unmute you here. All right, you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's jump right into that scene. Let's go.
I really should apologize to you.
Yeah.
I was just really hungry, and the cake was there.
Good, go back, go back. Don't solve it. Don't solve it right away, Alicia.
Okay.
Notice his reaction. It's not a cake reaction.
Okay.
So start off again from the top, because that's a great initiation.
I really should apologize to you, man.
Yeah, you messed up.
I just wasn't thinking that well, and
Obviously.
what else was I supposed to do? That there was nothing else. That was my only option.
Yeah, that's what you always say. You know, you keep messing up, and I always save you.
Can't keep putting this on me. We have to be in this together, man.
There's no together. It's you messing up and me saving you every time.
Well, that's what partnership is about. We're supposed to save each other's backs.
You never save mine.
That's because you're perfect, and I don't need to save you.
It's not an excuse to just go around and mess everything up.
Rewind. You're not perfect, Truman.
You know I'm not perfect. Nobody is.
Then how come you get everything I want?
It's because I work. Because I try. Because I don't rely on people to save me every time I mess up.
Now build.
You know, constantly.
Let her build. Let her build. Build. Jump right on that.
I'm just trying to be my own person and make my own way. It's not my fault that I don't know how to do it all the time.
Jump.
You aren't. There's no you being your own person. It's you constantly riding the backs of other people.
Jump.
I'm doing what I think is best. I can't help it.
Jump.
You know, you say that every time. It's you doing what you think is best.
Jump.
Well, what else am I supposed to do?
You literally sold our business to a homeless guy.
He had a good offer.
And scene. Okay. Good, good, good. So we had that strong initiation that got us into something. I want to talk about something separate here. I want to talk about the fire that ended up happening when we jumped back and forth. How did that feel as actors?
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
So what about it? What was different?
It was just easy to build back and forth, and I kept getting like angrier and angrier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun to like play around with, like keep building on it, and it was cool because usually we wait a lot and like soak things in first, but so it felt nice to like jump on it. And
yeah.
Yes, and that's exactly it, Alicia. That's exactly it, Truman. So there are times to soak it in. There are, and improv's harder because we do have to do it on the spot. But it's easier than you think if you're in an emotional state and you're listening. You just continue to be in that emotional state, continue to be heightened based on what was just said. Like what just got said to you, react to that, react to that, react to that. And then there'll be a moment, it just will happen naturally. You will hit a peak. It's impossible not to. And when you hit that peak, there will be a pause. And then it will slow down. It'll be slow for a moment. We'll find a new discovery, and it might go back into a heat again. Great examples of these are plays. You go watch great plays, read great plays, and this happens. Those fights are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And inside of the fight, they have to give you a break. They have to.
Yeah.
And so it became right for you guys to fight, and we weren't fighting. That's where it became an issue. So trust that, hyper listen. And you've worked hard enough as actors to know how to hyper listen and react quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good work. Awesome. All right.
Thank you. Good job, Alicia.
You too.
Okay, so here is what we're going to do. Let me just do a double check here, make sure I got all these scenes in. We did. Okay, great. So I'm going to bring everybody in real quick, and then we're going to rapid fire something, okay? So I'm bringing everybody back into the live, into the group call real quick. I'm just going to mute your audio so you can actually even just leave the other thing going.
I got all these things in.
Ah, it's over there. That's why it's not letting me do it. Great. Hello.
Great.
All right. So we got a lot there. Just started going. We all had different little mini lessons that we saw and took out of. So now what I want to do is I just want to sort of rapid fire this same idea. Okay. I want to reverse it here, and I'll just throw it around, and I want us to keep initiating. So I'm actually just going to throw in different groupings, but the following people have not initiated yet. Okay. So I want to make sure these people get to initiate. Okay. In our scenes, really quickly, Connor, were you the one who initiated, or was Dakota? That was the one I missed. Was it Connor? Okay, Connor initiate. Okay, so in this next set, Dakota will initiate. For Elizabeth and my mom, raise your hand if you were the initiator. Okay, I thought so. Okay, great. Paul initiated your scene. Joey, is that right? Raise your hand if that is right. No, you did, Joey? Okay, so Paul needs to. Okay, I'm just going to unmute you guys, actually. I made it way harder.
That was the one I missed. Was it Connor?
Okay, so let's just mute that live real quick.
For this next set, Dakota will initiate.
I changed my mind.
For Elizabeth and my mom.
Okay, so now we go into that. All right, so for the next one, Nick, you initiated, correct? So Hannah has not?
No, I initiated.
Hannah did. Okay, great. So now Nick would be the initiator. Okay, great. All right. And Joey, you said Paul initiated, or you did?
I did.
Okay, so Paul needs to initiate. Great. And Bradley, was it Tyler initiated, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And just one more check. So Elizabeth, you said my mom did, right? Okay, so you need to. All right, and Connor, you did not get to, right? Or you did?
Connor did.
Connor did, so you need to. Okay. All right, great. So we're going to do rapid fire of this, and I want to give the other person a chance to just quickly initiate, and literally we're going to dive in. Your lines won't be further than like 3, but I want you to take what you just saw in these other ones and just learn from them and jump on that, okay? I'm going to switch up the pairings a little bit and just make sure that each of us sort of jump right in with a new initiation here. And I might actually, you know what, I'll probably just keep these the same, actually, because the situation can change based on initiation. So I'm going to bring in the same pairings again and just rapid fire here. We got time to jump through and have everybody quickly initiate. So it's going to go very fast, and we're going to go through, and those 2 partners, whoever didn't initiate, is going to get a chance to now. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Yep.
Yes.
Okay, yep. Great. So our first pairing, we'll just go reverse order. So we'll start with Bradley and Tyler. I'm going to send everybody else back to the live. And with Bradley and Tyler, you guys will be first. And we'll just do those quick initiations.
Question, Brian, before you send everybody back over, how do I get it so that I only see Tyler?
Oh, yeah, easy. So are you on a phone?
Yeah.
Swipe right.
Yeah.
And click on Tyler.
Okay, got it.
Boom. Easy peasy.
Lemon squeeze.
I have no clue when everybody's on, so.
I'll tell you. Yeah. I could just see him.
Well, just start. Just go for it.
All right.
I can't be a chimney sweep and just kill me.
What, Nick?
Hold on. I think we should hear him out.
I was going over my initiations. I didn't know I wasn't muted. Oh, that's embarrassing. Every week I do something.
No, I like it. It means you're working on your stuff, dog. All right. Here we go. We're going to do fast-paced initiations before we close out class. You 2 are our first pairing. Literally, once we get going, I'm just going to go to the next one. No coaching through it, other than I might just throw out one thing you could have changed or gotten better on, okay? All right. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, action.
Listen, you know we're not supposed to have pets here.
If we're not supposed to have pets, why you tell me to bring my pet?
Well, I didn't know it was a snake.
Good. Rewind. Don't flip it, Tyler. You want to say yes to this idea, okay? So if you throw it back on him, it makes it his wrong. So go again, Bradley. Same initiation.
You know we're not supposed to have pets here.
Give us something new now, Tyler.
Well, sir, this is my service dog.
Is it really?
Yes. Boom.
Okay, fine. It's a snake.
You feel the difference? No, you don't want to turn into a snake. Yeah. But that's right. See that? Mm-hmm. So now, Tyler, when you said yes to it, you added something new. Boom. Now Bradley gets to come back with the whole "is it really" thing, which now we're dealing with the culturally sensitive topic of people faking their dog stuff, which is hilarious if you both commit to your side of your character's perspective. Okay, great. Good initiation. Love it. All right. Good job, Bradley.
Hell yeah, Brad.
Rapid fire. I'm going to keep you guys in here till I get the next 2. So.
Cool. Ha.
Hey, Tyler.
Ha.
Do you go by Tyler or Ty?
I'm sorry, I did not hear that.
No, it's okay. Do you go by Tyler or Ty?
Ty.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's enough. Or Lur.
Yeah. Or Lur. It really depends on the day.
All right, Lur, you're out of here.
Okay. Let us out.
You're also out of here, brr. All right. Okay, here we go. You ready? Flip that initiation. Let's start from the other side. And action.
Do I have mascara tears?
Were you crying again?
Well, yeah, because today is my birthday and somebody forgot about it.
Oh my God, you're kidding me. No, it's not.
It is.
That also means it's my cousin's birthday and I forgot to tell him happy birthday.
Who cares about your cousin? You're my wife.
And scene. Oh my gosh, yes. Who cares about your cousin? Love it. All right. So your mascara tears told us exactly where you were at personally. Okay. So now we know where you're at, Nick. We understand sort of that you're going through something emotional. Gives Hannah the decision now to figure out who she is to you and then deal with how she feels about wherever you're at. Okay. So as we do these, I want everyone to realize once you get that first thing, just go, what did they give me? Well, Nick gave me sort of what he's feeling and what's going on with him. Now it's my job to figure out who we are and why that matters. So we know we're friends. Now let's figure that out even more. You now gave us the personality. Hannah's a friend who just doesn't care, which is hilarious. Okay. Oh. Good. Nice initiation, Nick. I love it. I'm going to keep you guys in here until we get the next two. Rapid fire. All right, bringing in Joey and Paul. Who we are and why that matters.
Meaning the live.
All right, guys, let's reverse it. Here we go.
Hey, good morning.
Good. Rewind it. Okay. So, Paul, that doesn't tell us anything other than that it's morning. Okay. So,
okay.
I love the energy. I love the energy, the positivity. So, who did you imagine you being to Joey?
A delivery man.
Okay.
That has a secret to tell him.
That has a what?
That has a secret to tell him, but I don't give it out immediately.
Okay, so it's as simple as you go, and you could name Joey or whatever. You take that same energy, and you go, morning, blank, I've got your package.
Okay.
Right, or whatever. So now we know, delivery, I love that. You're that guy. Let's do that. Let's start with that same energy. Name him and tell him you have his package.
Okay.
Action.
Hey, morning, Ty. I have a package. Yeah.
Yo, I've been waiting for this for weeks. Bill, you always come in clutch for me.
Just sign right here.
All right, I got you. Is this one of those e-signatures?
Yeah, signatures. Now listen to me.
I just swipe.
Okay, good. So now we'd stop there. Okay, so Paul, you see the difference? So now whatever that idea was, you've now thrown it out there. Now, don't get stuck to the one you had about giving some secret thing or whatever that might or might not happen, depend on what Joey does. So Joey then was like, dude, you always come in clutch. Here's what that did. You're now no longer just a delivery guy. For those who don't know this, when we clap for you when you come into the studio, we do that for everybody. We clap for everyone when they come into the studio. That includes the UPS guy and the mailman and whoever. Like if somebody walks in our space, they get that. So we actually have at our studio relationships with our UPS people. So in that same way,
their first reaction is always priceless.
Always priceless, always. But then they look forward to it. And then it becomes this thing where literally when one of them leaves, it's like, oh man, they literally will come into our space and be like, hey guys, like, sorry, I got a new route now. And we're like, Jerry, no, or whatever. Like there's this moment where this person is close to us. We know them. Now we get to form a new relationship. So Paul, by saying your idea and who you are, now know you guys have a relationship. Just because you're a delivery guy doesn't mean you don't have a connection and deliver his stuff every day. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Very good. All right. Nice work, guys.
Woo!
Speed read. Going to Elizabeth and Vicky. You guys can stay until I get the next two.
Oh, I'll just be doing my moves over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're crazy.
Yo, Paul.
Just called you crazy, dog.
Well, that comes better than you can. We should try sometime.
Yo, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Dance, bro.
Okay.
Alrighty. Hold on one second.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Let's go ahead and mute that live there, Ma.
I did.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. And I'm going to throw you right into it. 3, 2, 1. Action.
I saw the photos from last night. Sick invite.
I'm afraid to ask. How did I look?
You're joking, right? Sick invite. I didn't know because I wasn't there.
Oh, I forgot. Still, did you think I looked good in the photo?
It would have been so awesome to be at the party with, John freaking Cena. Like, I have all of his posters in my room, but you look fantastic. You know, it would look great. Me, where you were.
And scene. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I want to talk about something Elizabeth did here that was really great. So it was very clear to us as an audience, and it just got missed, Mom, that she didn't get invited to your thing.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry about it. I missed that because my phone. Brian brought me in, and I set it up. Then I lost you, so I couldn't hear you. And then
but it worked though, because it kind of made you sound like Eric.
Totally. So that's the beauty. Happy accidents. They happen on stage. They happen in this format. So then all you do is say yes to it, and you did. So you had said this, but here's where it wouldn't work with a lot of people. Elizabeth, you would normally just totally back down. Not you, but a standard improviser, right? So Elizabeth didn't do that. Elizabeth realized, hey, the thing I did was very, very clear. So I'm going to assume the best and assume that it just got missed, whether technology or whatever, looking the wrong way. So I'm going to make sure you understand it, because she didn't contradict it. She didn't say anything like no to it. If she did, then that changes things. Because she didn't, you just came back in and said, yeah, well, because I wasn't invited. Okay? And then you were just like, oh, right, I forgot. And then that just solidified what she said, solidified you as a character, Mom, solidified you as a character, Elizabeth, and then it was so interesting from there. So that's how we can take something that's an accident, turn it into a happy accident, as long as, Elizabeth, you don't back down if you're listening enough to realize that you need to restate that for her because it got missed. Okay? Yeah.
Of course, thank you.
And that happens, I'm telling you guys, I got to move to the next scene, but that happens all the time. And as an improviser, if Matt does it or Joey or Shay, for me, I'm like, just friggin' thank you. Thank you. Because I don't want to get lost. Like, we don't want to be the one that's lost. And if we really listen, that person is going to frame us and go, hey, I just want to make sure you understand this is what's happening. And then we're on the same page. It's awesome.
Thanks.
Cool. All right.
Elizabeth, thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
Okay, coming in with Dakota
FYI,
and Connor.
You'd look good at the party. Oh, you would definitely
You'd look great.
good.
So good.
Thanks.
All right, hold on, Connor. Are you there?
Yep.
All righty, here we go. Jump right in 3, 2, 1, action.
Oh, Mrs. Parker, thank you for answering. I'm calling to talk to you about your last doctor's visit.
My last doctor's visit.
Pause. Connor, hold a. Now instead, the phone is what you're looking at. You use your real phone.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, some test results came back a little weird. Nothing too crazy, but a little weird.
Okay.
Just hold it out there, Connor. It's like a FaceTime.
Yeah, so I'll just start by asking some questions, making sure, just to rule out some stuff. Do you often do your teeth just fall out?
I don't think so.
And scene. Immediately. That's a great example. Connor just goes, yes, they do. And just does that. It's great. Okay. So with the phone thing, this is why I did that. 2 reasons, Connor. 1, because of what we've been dealing with the angles. It's very easy to now do this. And actually, that is the new medium. It's the new world. Okay. I've had 4 doctor meetings in the last 2 weeks over video FaceTime. 4. Okay. And honestly, when the world gets back to normal, I'm going to go to the hospital as little as possible and just make it phone video. Like, why would I go in and expose myself? I'm an autoimmune person, right? So this is a future thing. That's great. Second, and I just want you to realize this as an improviser, we never hold our phone like this. So if we were on stage, you wouldn't do one of these. It's hard to tell with my fingers, but like, you don't hold your, like, actually, you know what? Grab your phone real quick. Try and hold it that way. Try and hold it the way you were holding it earlier.
Wait, what do you mean? Like hold it like this?
You held it. Look at my hands. Like you held this up to your hello.
I held it like.
Yes. So try right now. Just try. Try to actually hold your phone like that. Grab your real phone and try and hold it in that hand that way. See how it feels.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I hold my phone weird. I don't know.
You don't. You don't. This is everybody when they start out. You watch it. You watch improv shows. There's a whole joke about it on The Office where Michael Scott does something like this. Like, for some reason, when we go to answer the phone, we just do one of these. We're like, hello. Because we think, we think you need to know what a phone looks like. But instead, if it's improv, you just go, hello. And you just hold it just how you would. And that sucks us into the reality. And we're intelligent enough as an audience to go, that's a phone. It's the same with any other object. Like a lot of people do this one for a gun. Stick them up, you know? And it's like, okay, well, you couldn't hold one like that. Like it would fall, someone's gonna die, and probably it's gonna be you, right? So that's just a small little spacework item. But the initiation was great. I just had to point that out so that you can learn from that when we jump back into stage and spacework items. Okay. Okay. Good job, guys. Boom. All right. I'm going to bring everybody back. You can all mute your lives if you're watching. We're probably a few seconds behind, but we are going to mute our lives. I'm going to admit everybody back in. See, that's what's amazing, guys. You can totally, you can bring everybody in. No problem. No problem at all. Yep. I can bring everybody back in. One button. Easy. How do you not have a button that does the same on the other end? Why do I have to bring everybody out one at a time, but you can bring everybody in, no problem? It's like the weirdest thing. Oversight is what that is. Oversight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right, so here we go. I want to wrap it up here. We got a few minutes to wrap. I'm going to unmute everybody, so just make sure those lives are off.